Not able. Welcome everybody. Happy Monday. Happy President's Day. Hopefully some were able to enjoy a day off today. My name is Emily. I am the Director of Partner Development with Street Hearts, and I am so excited to welcome you all to our information meeting about our Impact Adventure Trips. I'm joined today by my partner in all things group trips, Wayne Huber. So Wayne, do you want to quickly introduce yourself and just kind of your role with Street Hearts and experiences with us?
Okay, as she said, my name is Wayne. I live in Houston, Texas, or just south of. I've been involved with Street Hearts for about 5 years now. From the moment I got to Haiti, I knew I was in for good, and I've been more than a dozen times now. I've stopped counting after I got to 10. So my daughter took me there initially when she was 16, and now she's 21. So that's how I know it's been 5 years. Other than that, I wouldn't know how long it's been. But absolutely love the program, on the board, and can't say enough good things about it. So excited. And my goal now is to, has been for a while, for awareness for Street Hearts, but also to bring people and to go with people to Haiti to experience what I've been so blessed to experience the many times that I've been there. And I get no better pleasure than to introduce new people to the organization and to the boys, and see through your eyes, or the new people's eyes, what I've seen so many times and still enjoy. So looking forward to meeting new people and taking new people there.
Awesome. Thanks, Wayne. We also have a good crew here today that have been to Haiti before. We have someone that was just on our most recent trip in January, so we'll get some other perspectives throughout the meeting. But just to kind of orient us all into what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to share a little bit about who we are for those who are not as familiar with Street Hearts and our program, and then get into the specifics of our Impact Adventure program, which is how we approach mission trips, go through some FAQs of what a trip is like and what to expect, and then finally open it up for Q&A if anyone has any questions. So I want it to feel like a conversation. I wish we could all be together in person, but we're calling in from all over the US today. So Zoom, as much as we can make it feel like we're all in the room together, feel free to raise your hand, put questions in the chat, come off mute. Definitely want this to be back and forth, so don't feel like you need to wait until the end for Q&A. So a little bit about who we are. So I just have our mission, vision, and values up here on the screen, and I'm going to show a little video just so you can see some of our kids. It's from a couple years ago, so our kids are much older now, but we'll give you the idea. But we exist to empower homeless youth and transform communities through the love of Jesus. So in Haiti, we operate across a couple different objectives, but the underlying mission that we're trying to achieve here is to get formerly homeless youth off the streets, all boys at this point, and we can go into that a little bit more later. But our centers there, we have upwards of 200 kids across all of our various objectives and locations throughout the north of Haiti. And we're serving them through getting them off the streets, providing meals, providing hygiene services, and Bible studies, building them up spiritually, physically, psychologically, emotionally. And as they progress through our system, we are putting them in school and growing them with workforce development and all of these very, very exciting things. So I know words are only one thing, so definitely want to show you all some of our kids and who we are. So I'm going to stop here for a second and show this video, and then I will give some updates based on, because like I said, this is from a couple years ago, so give a couple updates of who we are now.
Each morning, Lindsay Jorgensen wonders if the street children of Cap-Haitian will choose the refuge she offers or try to survive on their own.
The first thing I do is pray, because you need God to be able to do this job.
Lindsay is the founder of Street Hearts, an organization born from a bond with the kids who captured her heart.
The streets of Haiti are no place for a child, but because of poverty, abusive situations, or simply having no family, that's where many of them end up.
They're forced into adulthood at 5, 6, 7 years old. And the longer they're on the street, the harder it is to reverse their mentality or to come in and try to help guide them, because at that point they've already been so wronged that they feel like they know everything and everybody's against them.
Lindsay first connected with the street children of Haiti in 2012. She would literally run across them on her daily jogs along the boulevard. She soon discovered they shared something in common.
It was kind of like I definitely stuck out and I was the odd person in town, and they are also in their way the odd ones left out in their communities. They didn't have anyone, I didn't have anyone, and we just started hanging out.
By earning their trust, she heard their stories.
I was 6 when I was in the street. I had a friend named Zama, and he was on the streets with me. And I was in the street with my friend Zama, and some other street guys came and wanted to cut us with a blade. Everywhere I went to go to sleep, they came and followed us with that razor blade. Guys used to come and beat us and take money from us. Money we collected begging in the street.
Heavy sexual abuse, kids as young as 7 engaged in sexual acts with men for food.
That's why Lindsay started Street Hearts. Her mission? Create a safe haven for boys living on the streets of Haiti. The ministry recently realized it had an even bigger calling due to an increase in street violence.
One thing we've seen recently is child sacrifice, and that is due to the voodoo here, that a voodoo doctor would come and for whatever reason someone would pay to steal a child's soul. So then they kill the child, they basically stone him to death, and then they take the soul of the child. Oftentimes they'll take their teeth or something, and then they do a spell, and that soul gives whoever that wants it power and influence.
That evil led Street Hearts to offer what's called Phase 1. Kids who aren't ready to fully leave the streets can catch a tap-tap or Haitian taxi that will take them to the Street Hearts shelter. They receive a meal, shower, and clean bed for the night. Then they officially join the program and move into a bigger shelter. A Street Heart team works with each boy, teaching responsibility, discipline, and respect. Most importantly, they learn they are somebody and they're loved.
We serve as father figures to them, and we use that as medical treatment in their lives.
Patience, love, more patience, and some more love. You just gotta be patient with them. Most likely they'll come along.
Lindsay feels a daily struggle between the weight of her work and the normalcy of it all.
You never know what's going to happen. You don't know if a child's going to die that day, who's going to be sick. And then on top of that, you're dealing with basically the day-to-day mom stuff, which is school, soccer practice. This one's got this issue. One kid wants you to see his art project, running errands everywhere. And it's not, 2 children, it's 75.
Phase 3 helps those over 18 focus on workforce development. The Street Hearts team finds partners to take on the kids as interns. The progress can be slow. Transforming a hardened adult in the body of a 6-year-old back into a child takes time.
It's imperative that you take a step back from time to time to just look at them and see how far they've come, whether it's in their mannerisms, the way they dress, how they represent themselves, getting report cards. One of our most troubled kids is the president of his entire school.
Jorgensen says that above all, her hope for these children is that she will see them in heaven.
That is so important for me. When I die, and I pray that I die before them, I cannot see one more kid die. I want to just sit at the gate and wait and watch them all come in.
And so she presses on, relentlessly seeking the boys she hasn't yet been able to reach.
The kids know that every night the tap-tap will come, but it's still up to them whether they accept the help or stay on the streets.
Caitlin Burke, CBN News, Cap-Haitian, Haiti.
All right. So for those who were just there in January, you might have seen Ricardo in that video. And clearly this has been a couple of years because he's much older now. But just wanted to give everyone a taste of, who our kids are, who we are, that we've grown since then. We've moved houses since then. We now, as I said, have about 200 plus kids involved at some capacity across our programs. But that still gives a taste of kind of why we exist, who we're serving, and helps you kind of put some faces to some of our kiddos. But who we are today, so these are just some stats from a couple of our objectives here. So we have a street shelter in Ouanameth, Haiti, which is right on the border of the Dominican Republic and Haiti. This opened at what can only be said, God's perfect timing, because we received an influx of kids coming back over from the DR right after we opened, because a lot of Haitians that were living in the Dominican Republic were getting deported back to Haiti, many not having family members over there. They had, been born over there and didn't know where to go. And so we opened up at the perfect time that we were able to kind of intercept there and provide these kids with a safe bed to sleep in, meals each day, showers, just a safe place to hang out throughout the day should they choose. And then our Heart House, which is our main center, we have over 85 boys enrolled in school for this year, which is amazing. Some are going to the school for the very first time, which is awesome. And so that is where our kids live full time. They have fully left the streets. We also get government placements from Haiti's version of Child Protective Services. And these kids, again, are there full time, enrolled in school. They are responsible for, doing chores around the house, and we're really teaching them and building them up until they're 18 to then be able to go out and be successful members of their community. We also emphasize community outreach in our programs. And so we've started some community care programs where our kids are giving back in their communities. So working with the elderly who are also, impoverished, our kids are working with them. And then also, meanwhile, having them learn a trade and participating in life development classes so that once they are 21 and completely out of our hands, they are able to go into their communities and be sustainable and successful once they graduate out. So that is a little bit about who we are now. And I just put this quote in, and definitely want you to pay attention to, I don't know if you can see my arrow here, but this guy here, the one all the way on the left, that is Aladas, and Stevenson Joseph is his full name. But everyone in Haiti seems to have a fun little nickname. But this quote came from him of, "We are the next generation that will change Haiti." Our kids have experienced both ends of the spectrum. They started living on the streets, so they understand that life. And now we're helping them grow into whatever their dreams may be, whether that's to be a lawyer or a pastor or a teacher or a truck driver or a construction worker. We walk with them and craft that individual path forward. And they truly believe that we're going to go in and we understand the poverty of this country, but we're also building each other up. And so we're going to be the generation that changes Haiti, which is awesome and amazing. So just wanted to include that there. And so if you look at Aladas there on the left, this picture is a little old because here he is on the left again, and he is now one of our Impact Adventure leads. So has grown up a bit and now is alongside our groups every step of the way, from the second you get off the airplane to the second we drop you back off at the airport. He's there in this, oh, not the picture yet. In a second, you'll see the bright blue shirt, so you can't miss him, and has been trained in tourism to help. This is his small business that he is working with our groups here. So, Impact Adventures. For those who have been before, you have seen how this program works. For those who have been on a mission trip, this is going to feel a little bit different. And it's going to feel like at times a fun vacation because we emphasize relationship building. We emphasize quality time with our kids instead of building the school or painting the church or, digging the well. Haiti is 87% unemployed, has an 87% unemployment rate. And so we want to be able to equip Haitians with the jobs that will help them be able to sustain their families. And so we never want to take that away from them. And so when we were thinking of how we could ensure that we're bringing people down so that they can visit with our kids and love on our kids, but also having people walk away, these groups walk away and feel like, hey, I did this, I accomplished this, I made the impact here. We thought, why don't we create a program where we're training our young adults, so this group right here, or actually, here's the colored picture that I was thinking of with the blue shirts, where we're training our young adults in tourism. So these three here have been trained in things like budgeting. So they're learning how to manage money. They've been trained in customer service. So things like, you know, how to greet people, how to check in when we're doing crazy hikes throughout the day, and maybe we're not sprinting up to the top and taking some breaks to make sure everyone's okay. They're trained in just negotiation and all of this stuff. And so we're equipping them with these skills that then we bring into our group experience. And that looks like, oops, sorry guys, a little bit different in that you're employing these kids and you're doing fun activities. And the idea is, excuse me, that these kids are going to walk away super proud because you are with them every step of the way and they're showing off the beauty of Haiti. So you're going to see the poverty, you're going to experience that, you're going to see the trash, but let's also show the beauty of this country. And it's giving our kids a chance to experience that alongside you. So every morning, you're taking a group of our younger kids who many have not experienced some of these activities before. So I am from the Washington, D.C. area, and I would equate it to not ever seeing the Washington Monument or the White House, being this close to Washington, D.C. So just imagine never seeing your big historical landmarks in your hometown. That's what many of our kids have because they have not had the financial means or ability to go do that. So every morning, you as a group are giving those kids the opportunity to experience a landmark of their country. And it's also making them proud because what they hear is, oh, in the news again, you know, people are talking about Haiti and not such a positive light. And so this is helping them to see, you know, there is beauty in where I come from and I can be proud of that. And so it's helping to change the narrative. And you're also spending this quality time while employing 5 of our boys through our impact and our translators and our drivers. So that is kind of at a high level, this program here. And again, here's our boys. We did just have a trip in January. I'm going to turn it to a couple people who were on that trip just to share a little bit about their thoughts. But our next trip, which is why we're all here today, is July 17th through the 22nd. So in about 4-5 months. Time is a-flying. So Wayne, can I turn it to you? And then Brooke, I would love to get your thoughts just because you were just there in January and it was your first time visiting with us too. Just like, what does the week look like? Tell us a little bit about, you know, how each day goes, the things we do, the things we see, and just overall experiences.
Okay, actually, Emily, because I've done this so many times, I would love to hear it from Brooke's perspective first, and then I'll add in if she's okay with that.
You're gonna make me go first.
Yeah, you were there and you had an amazing time. So tell them from your perspective, and then I'll add
I did
into
have
it.
an amazing time. Is there anything like specific that you want me to like mention?
What does your day look like when we got up in the morning, and then just kind of go through a single day?
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. So it was a lot of fun. We wake up and the place that we stayed at was phenomenal. We definitely were very spoiled. We'd wake up and do breakfast. And then the boys would come and meet us with lots of excitement. And every day we went to a new place. So we went to Fort Picolet, and then one day we went to the DR border, and then another day we went to the Citadel. And it was a lot of fun. We got to each get paired up with 1 or 2 kids, which I think that was what made it so special, was that we weren't just going with the whole group, but we each had buddies. So we were able to really connect with like the 2 kids that we were paired with. And that made it so much easier to make connections with them like later in the day when we would see them or later in the week when we would see them. because then we would kind of like put a name to a face, and we were like, we got to like experience this together, and that was really cool. But yeah, and then usually after our excursions, we would go back to the Heart House, and that's where we would reconnect with all of the kids, and just have a lot of fun and play with them and do crafts and soccer, and then we would usually head out and then do group reflection with the people that we were with, and then just hang out, go to bed, and get ready for the next adventure.
Very good. That's awesome. So that's really what I wanted to hear, was from her perspective, because I knew she had such a great time, and everybody that goes has a great time if you're open to what Street Hearts is all about. And I could see through their eyes that they were thoroughly enjoying it. So the only thing that I would add is that you're going to go through a lot of different emotions. If you have a heart for kids at all, as I do, and I know everybody that's been there so far, one, you're going to see, like Emily said, you're going to see the poverty, you're going to see the trash, but then you're going to see a spirit in these boys that's just unbelievable. I mean, I'm going to warn you, you're going to get a million hugs. I hope you like hugs. If you don't, they'll do high fives, but I like hugs. So you get those over and over and over. And they're genuine. These are boys that genuinely love us coming. They can't wait for us to get there. They're super excited for us to be there, and you'll have an amazing time. So not only are you giving to these boys by simply just being there, showing them unconditional love, but you're receiving a whole lot too. So that's what I would add to this trip, is that no matter how many times I've been, I receive probably more than I give. The boys don't know that, but that is the truth. It's a welcome, like separation from our lives in America, where we're so privileged and God is blessed. We're so blessed to be where we are, to get there and to just unplug and just, get to know another community is amazing. So other than that, I would say the adventures are amazing. As Brooke said, I've done them so many times, but I still enjoy them every single time. And just be ready to be amazed, because not only are the adventures and the sights amazing, but the boys are going to make it even better. So that's all I could add.
Thank you both. Yeah, it's a highly active week. By the end of each day, by like 7:30 some days, you're like, I'm ready to go to bed. And I'm down in Alabama right now with a church partner, and we met yesterday to talk because they visited before. And it was funny because they said, it's been a couple years just because of COVID, and they were watching a video with the kids, and they were like, oh, I forgot they speak Creole. Like, I forgot we don't speak the same language, because you just find ways to bond and communicate despite there being a language barrier. And so we intentionally have this morning time where it's a little bit more one-on-one, so that you can have the quality time with our kids. And I guarantee you'll find a way to communicate, whether that be drawing or just trying to make jokes or broken English and Creole. We call it Kringlish. But it makes it so amazing. And at the end of the week, I guarantee you're going to be like, oh, same. I kind of forgot that we don't speak the same language here. And so I do have another little video to show, just to give you an idea of what some of this looks like. And so I'm going to play that quickly. Here we go. And another Ricardo cameo.
Oh, what a feeling. Look what we've overcome. Oh, I'm gonna.
Oh, uh-oh. Sorry, guys.
Wave my flag. And count all the reasons. We are the champions. There ain't no turning back. Saying, oh, can't you taste the feeling? Saying, we all together singing. Look how far we come now. There's beauty in the unity we found. I'm ready. We still got a long way, but look how far we come now. saying, oh, can't you taste the feeling? Feeling, saying, oh, we all together singing. Look how far we come now, 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 now. There's beauty in the unity we found. I'm ready, I'm ready. We still got a long way, but look how far we come now, 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 now. Hands up for your colors. One hand, two hands for your colors, yeah. Show your true colors. Here we go. Here we go. Let's put on the show. Let's put on the show right now. Let me see your hands, oh. Let me see your hands, oh. Look how far we come now, 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 now. There's beauty in the unity we found. I'm ready, I'm ready. We still got a long way, but look how far we come now, 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 now.
Right. And so in that video first, I hope you're seeing some of the beauty that is Haiti. So that's a little glimpse of some of the activities and excursions that we do each morning. And then as Blake and Brooke share, or Blake, sorry, Wayne and Brooke shared, each afternoon we go back to the house and spend time with kids. And that's where you saw the basketball happening. There will be a lot of that and a lot of soccer. But we really work with our groups to make sure that we're bringing in your skills and your expertise and anything you want to do. So we have Bible studies or VBS or a sports camp. We've had groups come in that have done a gardening lesson with our kids. We had a group come in, and Blake, who is on the call right now, can laugh along with me, that we did a marriage conference, which got very, very deep into conversations with our staff. And so we really try to work with each group to pull out their ideas and anything they want to bring and craft the afternoons so that that's your time to be pouring into our kids. The morning is when our kids pour into you. So it's really it changes from group to group, which I think is really, really awesome. And it can be as simple as we just want to color with the kids each afternoon. And believe me, there will be plenty that will fill up plenty of your time. Going into some FAQs before we then go into questions. I think first question on everyone's mind is, what does a trip like this cost? On average, with everything included, we estimate about $1,700 to $2,000 for a week visiting with us. This all will change based on how big the group is, how quickly you book your flights. Obviously, the sooner to the time or the further out you book, the cheaper the flights will be, and just how we're planning our week out together. So if we want to add some stuff in the afternoons or anything like that, that will obviously change the total cost. And so I will send the remaining amount 2 months before your trip. So that'll be in about May. How do you get to Haiti? Great question. There is a daily flight from Fort Lauderdale Airport to Cap Haitian via Spirit Airlines. This is a little bit complicated in that the current flight schedule via Spirit leaves at 8 a.m. each morning. So you have to fly in the evening before. I'm here to help coordinate all of that. But for this July trip, you would technically be flying into Fort Lauderdale July 16th, arriving in Haiti July 17th. Again, I will make sure that these details are very, very well outlined. But the good news of that is you have a full day once you get into Haiti on day one, which is awesome. More time with our kiddos. We do have a hotel that's right near the airport. They have a shuttle, and we can help coordinate, for anyone traveling by themselves, to help coordinate sharing rooms to help lower the cost of that. But it's about $120 a night, and again, has free shuttle services to and from the airport, and is about 5 minutes from there. So you're already getting up pretty early that morning. So let's make sure you're staying close by so you're not having to lug everything super, super early in the morning. to the airport. Vaccinations, nothing is required to go to Haiti. I highly recommend you visit your local travel doctor to discuss this specifically with them. This is all based on your comfort levels. The big things that I would recommend considering would be potentially looking into chloroquine, which is a malaria medication, and having a prescription for ciprofloxacin, which is a antibiotic that you can take if you're having some stomach issues. It'll help clear all that up. Other than that, again, everything is optional. Nothing will be required to enter the country. It's really based on your comfort levels and also budget, because many of these are not covered on insurance. Again, happy to talk this through further. Many of these things up at the top are probably things you already have, but just a couple things to consider for vaccinations or medications. Where are we staying? So we have 2 different partners that we stay with based on group. We typically stay at Hotel Mont-Joli, which is this beautiful hotel here right in downtown Cap-Haïtien. We base things off of 2 people sharing a room. Again, we're happy to help coordinate that if you are planning to come by yourself. But it's right there in the middle. Beautiful views, a pool, which is fun, especially after a hot, sweaty day. And you get to kind of experience being right there in the middle of everything, which is awesome. What to pack? So Haiti is hot, always. Our January group can attest to that. It was still hot every single day that we were there. You're active, so definitely workout shirts or tank tops and short skirts. Closed-toed shoes for the day. Again, very active. We're going to be doing hikes. And then sandals for evening, but also there might be some times, you know, when we go to the beach and stuff to bring sandals. Nighttime outfits if you want. Bathing suit, cover up, toiletries, hand sanitizer and bug spray, I would say definitely recommend bringing those kinds of things. And then the big thing that I'll note here on this packing list, and again, this is something that will be sent out ahead of your trip, is snacks. So Haiti, laughably sometimes will have a very large menu at a restaurant and maybe 2 things are available off of that menu. So if you have dietary restrictions or just like to have some snacks around, definitely recommend ensuring that you have, you know, trail mix or protein bars or whatever snacks you like, just to ensure that you have some things that'll keep you fueled up. And we also recommend bringing a reusable water bottle. You will see that Haiti definitely has a trash problem, and we don't want to contribute to that. So as much as we can, you know, just refill the water bottle that we already have, we try to recommend that with our groups. And finally, how do I secure my spot? So you saw our kids' cute faces, saw the fun adventures we're going to have, and you're ready to sign up. Step 1 to reserve your spot is to book your flight. So we're asking you to please send this 3 months in advance. So that would be around April to secure your spot. That's going to serve as your deposit. I will send this out, again, really outlining, okay, here's where, you know, you need to be getting into Fort Lauderdale, and then this is the flight you need to be taking from Fort Lauderdale to Cap-Haïtien and the dates and everything, so that that is not confusing for anyone. But we're asking that that is sent 3 months before, so that we have an idea of who all is planning to come join us in July. From there, once we have an idea of how many people are joining, we will send 2 months in advance, like I said, your final trip amount. So that's going to be everything, including your accommodations, so the hotel that we're staying in, all of the excursions that we go on, transportation, translators, all of your meals, a salary or to support the Impact Boys salary. So that's amazing. Before you guys even touch foot in Haiti, you are impacting 5 boys, helping them help them to sustain themselves in a country that is, again, 87% unemployed. And then a donation to Street Hearts that'll help continue our mission. So that will just help support our various programs and all of that. That will be sent to you 2 months in advance. I know a lot of people are fundraising for something like this, so want to give you time to collect that money. And this will be submitted 2 weeks before. So that'll be early July is when you'll submit that payment via our website. You can mail a check. Just make sure your name is on there somewhere so that we know that that's being contributed to your trip. And then finally, you just get your spending money ready to go. So like I said, this is all inclusive, what you're donating online. You will need $10 in cash that you pay at the airport when you get in. But other than that, this is just a recommendation. So we say about $150 in cash just in case things come up. If you wanted to get souvenirs or, pay for some extra fun things. This is just some helpful to have on hand because we don't always know if the ATMs are going to work. Other than that, though, we are ready to head on down to Haiti. So I'm going to open it up to questions. Wayne, Brooke, anything you would add just about like how you guys were preparing, any takeaways from the trip that you think is important to know? Otherwise, I will open it up to the group.
I'll keep thinking as people ask questions.
Okay. All right. I will open it up and I'm going to stop sharing. Does anyone have any questions for us?
How young is too young to go on a trip like this?
Great question. I think it's all on maturity. My little brother came at 8 years old, and he had a blast. But I think it's just if a child, would be able to handle something like that. We met with a youth group last night and were asked a similar thing. And I think, the conversation then turned into the awesomeness that is bringing kids that at their age on something like this, because it opens their mind to other areas of the world and have a bigger appreciation for the amazing opportunities and privileges we have living in the United States. And it also, because of how our trips are structured, I think it also helps them to understand that even though Haiti, our kids in Haiti grow up so differently from us and they're eating different things than us and living differently from how we live, they find commonalities together. And I think that that's a really cool thing of how our trips are structured, is that young kids will be able to see, oh, wait, we like this. We both like soccer, or we both, love the color blue and are going to color this or something. So it's really based on maturity, but we've had kids even younger than 8 actually come to visit us as well. So we're open to all ages.
Okay. My daughter she follows the page. So she's like always seeing their videos and she's like, could I go there maybe sometime? I'm like, well, maybe sometime, but we'll be able to talk about it.
I would love that, Lauren.
Yeah, she's in 2nd grade. So just about 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And our kids would love that because they would be like, oh my gosh, it's someone our age. Like,
yeah.
When I go down, they're like, ew, you're old. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. For those who don't know, Lauren helps run our social media. So how cool that she could potentially be coming down to join us in Haiti.
I would love that. Me and Sammy say all the time, we were like, we are like feeling like we need to get down there. Like,
Yeah.
It really looks amazing.
That's so cute too, that your daughter like willingly like follows the Instagram page and like herself like wants to go. Like it's not like you're putting the idea on her. That's so sweet.
She says it looks so much fun. I'm like, yeah, it does. Essentially, is that your boyfriend that did the dance moves on the last trip?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was laughing out loud watching that.
Yeah, that was definitely like one of the highlights.
I love it.
We definitely have a lot of fun. Lots of guards are dropped for sure.
Oh, also, Josh and I practiced Creole on Duolingo for like a few months before we went, and that was so much fun. And it also helped a lot. And I feel like the kids, like even like the 3 sentences that we knew, I feel like they like loved hearing that we were practicing. And they're like, "We speak better Creole next time." Yeah. So we still practice. But it's free on Duolingo if anyone else is interested in that.
Oh, okay. That is good to know.
Mhm.
Tanya, Blake, anything you guys would add? Because you have been.
Emily, I would just ask, what's the smallest group that you typically want to entertain in there?
Yeah, I mean, our group in January was 5, including myself, and it was, I mean, Brooke, Wayne, feel free to chime in. We've gone as big as Blake is actually from the church in Alabama that I'm visiting right now. And they would come with groups of, I mean, almost 20 people, I think. And we love a big group, but the intimate small group that we just had was amazing. I mean, we all, I think, walked away super, super close and were able to bond over the week that we had together. It does impact cost, I will say that. So it is a bit more expensive because everything in Haiti is one cost, whether it's 5 people sharing the van or 15 people sharing the van. But comparative to the numbers that I showed earlier in the FAQs, I think we landed still around there in total, depending on how much everyone's flights were. But yeah, we certainly have done smaller groups. We're welcoming, I mean, for a different purpose, not an impact group, but we have our staff conference in 2 weeks. And that'll be another group of about 4 as well. So we've done some small groups too. Thanks, Joanna. And Jill, I know you hopped on as after we got started. Any questions from you?
No, I don't have any questions right now. Carrie Ashoff is my twin sister. And so, yeah, so she has definitely got me very interested in going and everything. So yeah, so she's answered all my questions and stuff. So I know that I believe she's going to y'all's thing in March.
She is coming down in
So
2 weeks. And I can
yes.
believe that because she's turning right around from Cancun and flying on a plane the same day to Florida, which is wild.
It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
She is that person.
She's amazing. Oh, I would love to get
Yeah.
you down to visit with us too. That's awesome. That is awesome. I feel like I know you through Carrie already.
Oh, thanks. Yes, I'm very excited. Hopefully, I just graduated, well, not just graduated nursing school, but I'm hoping that my schedule for work will, allow me to go
Amazing.
and stuff. So that right there is the only thing.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on today. Carrie, she had messaged me earlier.
Of course.
I guess some client sessions a little bit later, but she was hoping to be on too. So thanks for being here.
Yes. Yeah. Of course. Thank you.
Yeah. And I will say, and Blake, just it's kind of a continuation of your question. We offered these dates in January, and we're offering these dates in July as a way for people who maybe want to come, but they don't have a full group wanting to come. So feel free to hop in. And, in January, we had people coming from Texas. We had people coming from DC area. But by no means are those the only dates that are available. So if you're like, hey, July doesn't work for me, but August does, or May does, we will make it work. We were operating with at least 1 group a month pre-COVID, and we would love to ramp back up to that. So if that's something that's on the top of anyone's mind of, hey, these dates don't work, can we talk about another time? Please reach out to me because we would love to help coordinate that as well. All right, Tanya, anything you want to share? I mean, you're a pro, like I said over here, but any questions you have? I like this smaller group. This is fun. Maybe she stepped away.
I have one more question. Is there, how often are there baptisms down there? Is it a certain time of year, like here, Easter time, or
Yeah,
is it
We try to do them quarterly. It depends on,
Okay.
it just depends on, I mean, it's a good problem to have, but almost all of our kids are baptized in our Heart House, which is amazing. We are now working to move our kids in Wanameth, throughout, through their spiritual journey and, accepting Christ. And that takes a couple months of just commitment there. So, we are still kind of on the quarterly schedule. It just depends, how many are ready, and we might hold it so that, because I mean, Lauren, you've seen the videos, and those who see our social media, we do a big, huge celebration for those getting baptized. But it's been really cool in the past. We've had it when groups have been there. So Wayne's daughter and son-in-law actually got baptized alongside our boys, which was awesome. And so that's something, certainly, if a group would want to either be baptized or participate in a baptism while they were there, we always love to plan that, because the kids love to be able to celebrate with, more of their
Yes.
US family, which is really cool. Okay, well, I don't want to keep anyone, but thank you guys again for being on here today. Wayne, any closing thoughts just about
So,
impact? Yeah.
the number one question that usually gets asked that has not been asked yet, I'm actually pleasantly surprised, but can you guess what that is?
Safety.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to know. I see on the news that Haiti is crazy, that there's so many things going on there. And I'm pleasantly surprised that no one's asked that. But just to be clear on it, I feel absolutely safe. I think Brooke could speak to that too. I've never, ever had a time where I thought something was going to happen. And almost half the times I've been there, I've taken my daughter with me. So just never had that problem. So wanted to clear that up in case that was a concern for people, because we are very well taken care of. We're in the northern part of the country, whereas all the craziness you see on TV and social media is in the southernmost tip of Haiti, in the Port-au-Prince, which is the capital. And I always tell people that I know it's about a 3-hour drive if you had a good United States road, but you don't. So it's probably about 6 at minimum. So anyway, we're a good distance away, and where we go is extremely safe, and we're well taken care of. So just wanted to make that known.
Thanks, Wayne. Yes. That is definitely, I'm sure, a question on a lot of people's minds. We are far, far removed, and just in general, Cap-Haïtien has a very different way of living, a lot more laid back. It's a very small, relative to Port-au-Prince, beachy town. And so we would not be offering a trip this summer if we thought there would be any reason to be concerned for safety or security. And I mean, Wayne and Brooke can speak to it. We were in it. We were getting out of the van. We were walking across the DR border. We were, checking out all the sights and sounds. And I don't want to speak for them, but I feel like we were all feeling pretty safe, while also integrating into the culture, which is super, super important, and why we set up our groups the way that we do. So definitely very safe. We take all the precautions. We make sure we have, security ready to go, and checking in on things for us. But definitely far removed from what you see in the news and hear about Haiti on TV.
I wanted to emphasize that, Emily, and also what Wayne said. I'm a father of twins, and I was completely comfortable sending one of my daughters down on a trip without me, and the safety just really is not an issue.
Yeah. Thank you, Blake. Thank you. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys for coming on tonight. Very excited for our July trip. Hope to see you all there. And if not, please reach out. If there's another time of the year, we would love to welcome you back or welcome you down for the first time, to see our kiddos. They are amazing, and it's been a while since we've had consistent groups coming down to visit them. So they would be very, very excited to see you all. But have a great, great evening. Thank you again for being on, and hope to talk soon.
Thanks, Emily.
Thank y'all.
Bye.